مرحبا يا جماعة. أهلا وسهلا فيكم. We have a new lesson today. The board, of course, is empty, but we're going to show you these words that are that's coming from one root, and we're going to take a look at that right now. All right, so here's the root. It is mim, tha, lam. Mim, tha, lam in this order. And let's take a look at the first one so we can get the root essence meaning from it. The first word is methala. Methala. Now, this is in red. We put the words in red. We're kind of doing a new thing a little bit for you. So you can see the words in red are going to be used in Fusha only. So these are going to be not used in spoken, but used in writing only. Okay, Fusha. So this is one of those, and it happens to be the first form 1 verb from this root. And the verb is methala, okay? Methala. Methala means he represented himself or someone else before a judge or in a court of law. So there's a very old idea. Back then, they had, judges would call people in, let's say in an Arab tribe, and you really didn't have an advocate or a lawyer. Usually it was one person, but this is him representing himself. So now you kind of get a little bit of the idea here that there is an idea of representation, okay? Representing something, all right? So let's take a look at the next one. The next one is the masdar from Form 1, and this is a rarer masdar, okay? There's over 50 masadr used for Form 1. These are nouns, okay? So this means, it's a gerund, meaning representing oneself in court. Now that sounds very strange, but the idea is that there is representation in court, okay? Let's look at the next one, and this will kind of get us where we need to go, I think. The next one is methel. Methel means proverb, okay? So what does a proverb do? A proverb represents or gives forth an image of real life. So it's a proverb that reflects truth, okay? So methel means proverb. And this, by the way, now it's black. You see the lettering in black. That means it's used in Ammiya, and as well it's used in Fusha. So methel, amthal. Amthal is the plural, and that's a very common plural, broken plural. Amthal. All right? So next you have methalan. All right? Methalan is very much, it's one of the most frequently used of all these, and it means for example. Okay? So we say this a lot in Arabic. We'll say methalan. We'll say methalan, I did this or I did that. Or methalan, maybe you can do this or that. That's what I mean. It's, for example, maybe we could do this or that. So methalan means for example. Now, this is proverb. And this is example, for example. So what do we mean? What is the root essence meaning here? Well, it's starting to become clearer that it means representation or an example to be given, okay? So to represent or to give an example, all right? So let's take a look at the next one. The next one is mithal. Mithal is the masdar, another masdar from this root, and from Form 1, and it means example. That's what it means, mithal. Ala sabil al-mithal, we say. So by way of example, okay? Mithal is example, or amthile would be the plural, and that is examples. So give me, atini amthile. Give me examples, okay? You could also say someone is an example of patience. You could say, Ali mithal al-sabr, masalan. Okay, so, and I said methalan there, for example, by way of example, or by example. All right, Now you have the adjective from mithal, which is mithali. Notice we add the ya. So we took mithal and we now have an adjective. So example and mithali is exemplary, okay? So mithali means ideal or exemplary. So we could say هو شخص مثالي موظف or موظف مثالي, meaning that he is an ideal or exemplary employee. So mithali, and this is mithaliyin, okay? So you can use this for things or people, you know. So you can use it for an idea or for a person or things. All right, adjective. Now we're back to a red word here, which is fusha only, and it is the comparative. If you've seen before with these are all fitting these similar forms, okay, or patterns. And this one is like we would see in akthar or ahsan or ahla or ajmal or any of these. This one is amthal, which means more preferred or better, more exemplary, right? So a better thing. But this is not used much in Ammiya, and even in Fusha it's not used that much because you have other words like afdal, ahsan, and the like. So we'll go past that and move to the next one, which is also only used in Fusha, and it's muthla. Muthla, we could say الطريق يعني الطريقة المثلى. So this is a feminine adjective. It can describe not people, but a way of doing something. Like tariqa is a way. So this means the best way. Okay, muthla. Il-muthla is the best way. So it's a superlative adjective describing a way of doing something. Only used in Fusha. All right. This one also is Fusha only. Not very seldom used, if ever, in Ammiya, but it is mathil. Okay, mathil la. So why do we say la? Because mathil, we say a lot of times, well, we write mathil yani lahu or what have you, which means it means a good example, or no, a similar thing to is what it means, similar thing. So for example, I might say la mathil lahu. For example, I might say that for someone. Okay, so this great leader, la mathil lahu. There's no one more better or no one like him, no one similar to him. So that's what that means. Mathil is similar or like. Okay. This also means similar or like, but the difference is mithil is used a ton. Mithil is used a lot, and we can say mithil, mithil, or misl. But mostly people say mithil. For here though, mathalan, people say masalan, I say masalan. People say matalan, and some people say, of course, mathalan, like the Fusha. But here, it's going to usually be mithil or mithil, okay? And this is, like you say, this, had, yani had, mithil, had. Or huwa mithil صاحبه. Or الشركة مثل شركتي. يعني هالشركة مثل شركتي بهذا يعني هذا الشيء, whatever it may be. All right? مثل. Now, you add, you'll see this all the time in Fusha and in Ammiya, in Arabic in general. When you add a ma in Fusha means what? But here, when we add it to either a verb or an adjective, what we get is an adverb. So this is mithl ma or mithl ma means like what I said, similar to what I said. So مثل ما حكيت ما راح نروح اليوم. You know, like I said, we're not going to go today. All right? So مثل ما is similar to or like what I said. All right? Now, next one. Next one is an adjective from what? from mithil. Now, mithil, as we said, means same or like. Mithli means homosexual. How does mithli mean homosexual? It's used in Fusha and Ammiya. Why does it mean homosexual? Well, think about the word homosexual. Homo is from the Greek meaning same or like. Same or like. Just like the Arabic. Mithil means same or like. So, one who likes or one who loves something similar or like himself is what? A homosexual, just like the word homosexual. So mithli is used to mean homosexual, and mithliyin is used to be homosexuals. Now, if it's a lesbian, you would say mithliye for that. Okay? So, but here's a crazy thing. You might be wondering, mithil, because we have the word mithil, well, what if I want to say, he is like me? He is like me. And I say, or I would say, Ahmed is like me. Okay, so I say, Ahmed mithli. Now here's the problem. When I say Ahmed mithli, it could mean two different things. It could mean one, Ahmed is like me, or Ahmed is a homosexual. So you can see why Arabs do not typically use this word. What will they use? They will say zay. Ahmed zayi. Because zay cannot be interpreted any other way other than to mean like me. Okay? So, but here's the thing. If you do say mitli with a ta, okay, that becomes pure amiyya, and it can't be mistaken with tha. So some people could say, yani Ahmed mitli. But you have to be careful because your pronunciation could be just, somebody could hear you wrong and you know, it just, so avoid saying mithli, like me. Say zayi if you want, but don't say mithli because then you have a whole different meaning and it will cause somebody, you know, a little bit of haraj, we say, embarrassment. All right? So the next one is mithliye. Mithliye is the noun. Okay, we're adding a tamabuta, the noun from this. It means homosexuality. Okay, mithli, or mithliye, homosexuality. All right, one second. There we go. All right, so the next one, timthal. all these are from Form 1. Form 1 has a lot of ways to form nouns. And then from nouns, you jump off into adjectives, okay? So, now, why timthal, though? It has a ta there. How do we get a ta? Well, one of the very rare forms of Form 1 sometimes adds a ta. Some people confuse this, can confuse it with something maybe from a Form 2 mustard, but it's not. It's Form 1. And timthal means statue. Or what do we say for statue? An old way of saying it in English is a likeness. Okay? A likeness. Well, that's how we get the word, timthal. Because it represents or it looks like something. Timthal, statue. And this one is temathil. All right? Okay, guys, we're just going to take a quick break because I want to let you know something. We have a lot of content that we're continually putting out. It takes a lot of our time. We don't ask people to give donations like other channels, but we would ask you to buy a shirt. So if you wanna support our channel, buy a shirt. This is one of our shirts that's on there, and it's actually newly designed. This is an older design. It has, the one we have new has a smaller logo here, but it means Salam, il-hub wa shawarma. So it's peace, love, shawarma. If you've ever had shawarma, you will definitely want to buy this shirt. So go ahead and you'll find it down below the video, this video, and check it out. Okay, next one is tamthiliye. Tamthiliye is, it is like basically a, what is it? Play. Yeah, tamthiliye is play. So like a play or a screen, you know, a screen, like a screenplay or something like that. Okay, drama, there you go, drama or a play. تمثيلية is used quite a bit in Ammiya and Fusha. So, and how do we get that? Well, what do you do in a play? You represent, or you portray, or you act, okay? You act out something that is real life, but it's representative. It's not real life, but it's representative of it. So that's how we get that word, from this root. Next one. Okay. We're gonna switch over here. Let's go back. All right, well, we'll just do these two words together because they are together, kind of. مثل. مثل is, now we finally reach form 2. Form 2, مثل. مثل means to, literally, in the form, it is causative action. So it means to make someone to portray, okay? To portray what? Another character, or to represent someone else. So there's two meanings from this. One, it could mean an actor, all right? Well, not actor, but he acted, okay, in a movie. So we could say, Tom Cruise مثل في هالفيلم. All right, he acted in this particular movie, whatever movie that was. You put the name. مثل, that's what that means. Okay, or it can mean, secondly, it can mean he represented. Okay, so I could say I'm بمثل الشركة في هالمؤتمر. Okay, I am representing the company in this conference. Okay. Now you've got مثل عليه. Now with many verbs, just like in English, we could say he went, or we could say he went over, or overboard, or he went after. These all change the meanings, right? The same thing in Arabic. So here, على, مثل عليه means, عليه means he made someone to play the fool, i.e., he made him look like a fool, okay? Or he made him look bad, all right? That's how that's used. And it's used in relationships. For example, I could say, they promised me a lot of things, and in the end, none of it happened, and they مثلوني, or excuse me, they مثلوا علي. Okay, مثلوا علي means they made me look like a fool. All right, so that's what that word means, that verb. Next one, تمثيل. تمثيل follows the singular pattern that we have for how do you do a masdar, or a noun from a form 2 verb. Well, you add a ta and then this ya in there, so it's تمثيل. تمثيل means two definitions based just like on what we saw with the verb. It means, it's the noun form, means acting, okay, acting, or representing, okay, representation or representing. Could be a gerund or a noun. The next one, excuse me, is ممثل. ممثل is the اسم الفاعل from, which could be adjectival, could be an adjective, or could be a noun itself, like someone is a ممثل. All right? ممثل means representative or representing, okay? He is representing, or he's a representative. Usually it takes the noun, and we would say, يعني, we would say a girl, for example, رحمة هي ممثلة ممثلة شركة فلان, somebody's company. She's a representative of some person's company, okay? ممثلة, all right? Notice the كسرة, all right? Now, or you could say ممثلة من بلد or من شركة or what? Well, usually it's ممثلة شركة, ممثلة شركة, okay? But you can't say from a country, you know, that's when you'd use min. And ممثلين is the plural. Next one is ممثل. All right, there's a typo here, so it's okay. This is ممثل. ممثل. ممثل, don't look at that. Let's just imagine there is a fatha, okay, above the shadda, and there's no kasra there. It happens. There's a lot of tashkil here, so we just had a little typo. But it will have a fatha here and no kasra there. So fatha is above. That means mumathal, not mumathil, means he or it was represent or is represented. Okay, so it's passive. So we could say الشركة ممثلة بفريد. All right, the company is represented by Farid. All right, so that's what that means. And let's look at the next one. Is mathala. Mathala. Mathala is a fusha verb. It is a form 3 verb. So now we go on to form 3. A form 3 verb, mathala, on the same wazn fa'ala, and it means it was similar. Okay? Or yeah, it was similar to. It means like mithal, basically. Was similar to. Okay? So something yumathil, something else. Okay? Or someone yumathil, something else. Alright? So mathala, only used in Fusha, never used in Ammiya. Alright? The mumathil, the word mumathil, is the ism al-fa'il. Notice the kasra from form 3, mumathil li. So it means it is like or similar to something else. Mumathil. All right, next is mumathala. Mumathala is, there's no ism al-maf'ul here, but this is the masdar. And it is the noun. So mumathala means similarity. Okay? Mumathalat, similarities. Okay? That's what that means. So it's similar to, like, basically. Similarities. Next one is tamathala. Tamathala is the form 5. So we had form 3. All right, we have form 1, form 2, form 3, form 5. Now, form 5, this one means tamathal bi. It's only used in Fusha. It means to be like someone or to pattern yourself after, to follow after, to want to be like someone, okay, is the idea, okay? So we could say tamathala or tamathala المؤمن تمثل يعني بتعليم أحمد, okay, or المعلم or الشيخ. He wants to be like or become like or follow the teachings of someone or become like that person. So it could be teachings or it could be the person or it could be anything similar. All right? So the next one is متمثل bi. متمثل bi means someone, this is an ism al-fa'al, someone who is following or seeking to be like or seeking to pattern themselves after someone's teaching. So mutamathil or what? That's how you say that. Be what? Be shakhs muayyan. All right? Or be ta'limu. And lastly, tamathul. Tamathul is the masdar from tamathala bi. Notice, this is a form 5, so this is going to be the pattern for the masdar, the noun from form 5. Tamathul. Tamathul bi. means a patterning after or a seeking to, well, not seeking, but a patterning after yeah, like seeking to be like. This is a Fusha word, not used as much, but it is used in Fusha for things like these, okay? So guys, look at all these words. I originally thought from Method we would get maybe 15, and we have now 25, and I actually cut a couple out. So as you can see how well organized and how engineered Arabic is. In the future, we'll be giving you some examples of how far back some of these roots go, even to 5,000 years, 4,000 years before Christ, before the time of the turn of the millennial. So it really amazing. So let me just say thank you for joining us. شكرا كثير لحضوركم معنا. بنحبكم كثير، وإن شاء الله استفدتوا من الدرس، وبنشوفكم المرة الجاية.